Next, we have Aanesha Martin. And so let me tell you a little bit about Aanesha, but strap in because it's going to be a while because a lot was written about her. So, family nominated again, you guys. She's a clinical supervisor out of Prairieville. The first family said about her, I have two children that attend CARD. I believe Aanesha was created to help children like our sons. Her kindness and loving care towards not only our kids, but our entire family is amazing. We have a blended family, and that isn't always easy. Last year, my son's biological father was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Aanesha has been so kind to us and to me in particular. She has gone out of her way to help me through the teen years with one of my children. I simply don't know what I would have done without her. She was also instrumental in helping me to convince our school system to allow CARD into our public school. I got to scroll because that's how much there is here. They called our IEP historic, and that is in no small part to the hard work Aanesha has done. Aanesha has a smile on her face every day. She never makes me feel bad for being emotional about my child's struggles. I love her for all that she has done and does for our boys. Aanesha knows how seriously I take their therapy and that it's critical to the rest of their there's more, to the rest of their lives, that they have the right programs in their ABA therapy sessions. She wants them to succeed and she supports me in my quest to help them achieve all they can. She is always on time. She always asks how I feel and has zero ego. If I don't agree with something, she listens, and they put that in capital letters, to my concerns and allows me to have a voice, which is so important. Sometimes she just lets me cry and tells me that I can do it. If you pick anyone else, I know they might be really great, but there is no way they are as wonderful as our angel Aanesha. For the rest of my life, she will be in my heart. She has changed my boys' stars. Uh, I have more hope for them than ever because of Aanesha Martin. And then another nomination. Right, that was just the first one, y'all. Hang on. Uh, Aanesha has been working with my boys for several years. I have watched my youngest of the two go from being nonverbal to being able to read, and his progress is largely due to Aanesha's expertise and hard work. She has taught me many important skills and techniques. She is extremely passionate about ABA, and that passion instills passion into all those who work under her. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we got to get her in here, but I got to mop down because I am just crying. But Aanesha, where are you? Aanesha, are
Hi.
you? Hi, I've lost my screen here, so I don't know where my screen has gone, but I know you're there. There it
Hi.
is. Okay. So Aanesha, congratulations and thank you. You are a card star.
Oh my goodness, I'm so honored.
Well, and I'm just like, where are my tissues? It's a mess in here. But Aanesha, like, let's first of all, again, thank you. Tell people what role you play and how you came to be at Card.
Oh, well, I am currently a clinical supervisor here at CARD, and I've been with CARD going on 7 years in September. I started out interning with a professor in my disabilities class, and she worked out in the Hammond area, and I was like, wow, this is really amazing with kids with autism. And so I was like, this is amazing, I want to do this. And so a friend of mine, told me about a position at Card, and so I applied to the Baton Rouge office, and I have just fell in love since then. I've been a therapist liaison. I've been an assessment tech with the company, and I've also been um, an assistant supervisor. In 2017, I just went on ahead and decided to get my master's in the field, and now I'm a clinical supervisor, and I've been a board certified behavior analyst since 2019.
Wow. I mean, all of you say that, well, I just decided to get my master's degree as if it's like, well, I went down to the Piggly Wiggly. Like it's like that easy. Like that's a lot of work while you're working. And I just want to salute you. Clearly, you are one empowered and powerful woman who is making changes for a lot of
Thank
people,
you.
including
Thank you. Thank you.
yourself.
Thank
For
you.
families to write in and say how much hope and how much progress that you have given them, I got to acknowledge you and say, we talk a lot about what carditude is, and
Mhm.
you have it going on.
Thank you.
What is it that makes you so passionate about this job? What is it that really sang to you that you said, this is what I got to do?
Wow, definitely my families and wanting to see them succeed. There are so many, families that come to us and they tell us like, well, my son, he needs some help doing this, and my daughter, they need some help learning this skill, and just knowing that our parents are so invested and dedicated and wanting to see growth in their kids makes me even more passionate to do what I do now. I'll tell you some impactful things, just like the families that wrote in. They were struggling in the school system, our boys, and so it was a situation to where we have to get them some extra support. So I don't mind going above and beyond for our families, because when I have some really dedicated families, and so they're so passionate about wanting to see their kids succeed. So that pushes me even further to want to help them to see that success in their kids. And just another kiddo, we've been struggling with pottying, uh, for a while, and just seeing his mom and his grandmother's face light up, when he's finally using the restroom on his own and even requesting, that's just a reward within itself for me.
Yes, and sometimes those things are hard won, but I think that sometimes that just makes it that much sweeter when it comes along. And I hope that for those of you who are sitting at home and watching this, when you see on your face, Aanesha, the joy of that, because a lot of times we feel alone as parents, and we feel like nobody cares, and that the people who are working with our kiddos, it's just a job. And what
Sure.
I love when we get to do Card Stars, we get to see that for many of you, that this is so much more than a job, that this
Yeah.
is a calling, a
Yeah.
calling. When they say
Yeah,
you
I
were
fell in love.
created,
I fell in love with this field. Like I was like, oh my goodness, my kiddos and stuff. It was just, once I started working in this position, it was like, wow, this is what I know that I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And it was just so exciting. I felt happy, and it's just so fulfilling for me.
yes. I love, somebody just wrote in and said it's so important to have a team member like you. Parents need to have people more trained than us, and we need for people like you to help us to learn from you. And I agree. That I love though that you say that when the parents are involved, that it elevates you. And this is what I'm always saying to parents, be involved. And then when you get somebody like you and everybody's collaborating together, it raises the roof right off the whole thing. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, Aanesha, I just can't even tell you how much I love what these parents wrote and what you said, and how deeply appreciative we all are at Card, because it's people like you
Oh, thank
that
you.
make all the dreams come true,
Thank
right?
you.
And knowing that you're someone who's out there and working with these families, it just gives me so much joy. Here's a fun thing: is that I know when my son started being treated at Card, I just thought, oh well, we just have the best team. Like we did, like they cherry picked, and I just got lucky, and we got the best team. And then our team sort of evolved, and more people came, and I was like, wow, they're good too. And people would go, well, you just lucked out. You were not on my son's team, you're on somebody else's team, and you are a star. And as we meet all these different people during Card Stars, I want for people to see how many people are out there who are awesome, who are stars, who want to work with your kiddos and want your kiddos to make progress. This is how we're all going to be able to sleep again. because there are people like Aanesha. Everybody needs an Aanesha. Aanesha, what were you doing when you discovered CARD? Were you already you were working in the field? How? Because we want to look in those same places for more of you.
Okay, so before working at CARD, I had obtained my criminal justice degree actually, and I had a minor in psychology. And so as I was studying for the LSATs, because I was going to go to law school, I just fell out of love with it. And, I've always had a passion to wanting to help people in any way possible. And so, I was a bit lost. And so I was like, okay, well, let me go back. I only have 10 classes to complete my psychology degree. And so that's what I decided to do. And it was actually this one psychology class, my disabilities. And, before then, I didn't really know what autism really was until we discussed it in a class. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And that's how I was able to intern briefly with my professor. And seeing kids in the Hammond area. And like, I just fell in love with it. I was just so amazed, like, wow, this is something very different, but something very interesting. And that's how I just fell into this field and I just loved it. So yeah, my initial plan was to become a lawyer. And so now I'm a clinical supervisor, and I couldn't be more excited to be in this field than law, to be honest.
Well, CARD surely is happy that you decided not to go into law, and your families are happy. I'm happy. I know if Dr. Grampy Shea were here, she would say, thank you, Aanesha. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being so awesome. Clearly you're smart, because you knew to have your background be that beautiful painting that's behind me. So thank you so much, Aanesha. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being such a CARD star. And just I don't know what else to say except thank you and thank God for you. Honestly, you're amazing.
Thank you for those compliments.
All right, you take care.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.